from Fox 39 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 9 starts now.
A phase 3 trial of one coronavirus vaccine is ongoing, awaiting approval from the FDA. We'll tell you how long immunity could last after receiving the shot. Local military families receive a small token of the community's appreciation. The twist on Toys for Tots to keep troops safe this holiday season. And jolly old St. Nick teams up with local first responders on a very important mission the next time you can get an early visit from Santa himself. Good evening, I'm Hannah Zettl. Thanks for joining us. Alexis Carpello is off tonight. A decades-old Christmas tradition supports state-line military families while keeping them safe from the coronavirus. Ari Bruckman checked out the U.S. Marine Toys for Tots Foundation drive-thru. Organizers tell him holiday donations to soldiers' children take on an even greater meaning this year.
Actually, I started in 1985 when I joined the Corps.
The Chicago Rockford International Airport was home to the 73rd annual Toys for Tots giveaway. Traditionally, lots of people would attend, but due to COVID, they had to pivot from in-person gatherings.
Normal year, we would have a lot of help from the Rockford Airport Authority, UPS, Allegiant Airlines. Rockford Fire, Rockford Police usually come out, but unfortunately due to the pandemic we had to make some modifications.
Those modifications resulted in a no-contact drive-through line to meet Santa.
We got Santa here on a special day so the kids can come up and still see him a little bit and do it in a safe manner.
A few safety tweaks to the tradition allowed 60 families to attend the event, but the pandemic presented financial challenges too. Senior Vice Commandant for the Rockford Marine Corps lead Carrie Klein says the pandemic has left more people in need this holiday season.
This pandemic has made a lot of difficult times for people, so our donation requests are up about 33% this year.
Despite financial struggles, Sergeant Klein says they'll be able to make a difference this year.
We expect to be able to help about 3,500 kids this year across 3 counties, Boone, Winnebago, and Stevenson counties. So it's been a little bit of a challenge with people not being able to get out and get to the stores with the pandemic and not. Donations are down a little bit, but we've had some help from our corporate sponsors and the Marine Corps League Toys for Tots Foundation. So it's going to be close, but I think we're going to make it and be able to help a lot of kids this year.
In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Ari Bruckman.
A woman is recovering after an early morning shooting in Beloit. It happened around 2:15 a.m. near the corner of Park and Bushnell Avenues. That's near Horace White Park. Police say the 21-year-old received a non-life-threatening gunshot wound while sitting in a car. Investigators have not announced any arrests regarding the shooting. Anyone with information is urged to call Beloit PD. Illinois health officials report nearly 10,000 coronavirus cases over the last 24 hours. That brings the state case total to just under 780,000 positives since the start of the pandemic. Records show an additional 208 lives were lost as a result of the virus. That includes 16 patients in our viewing area. Illinois' death toll now stands at over 13,000. Health officials say yesterday there were roughly 240 COVID-19 patients hospitalized in our region. Researchers with drug maker Moderna say the brand's new pending coronavirus vaccine could be effective for 3 months. That's after the second inoculation. Moderna's proposed vaccine is a 2-dose regimen administered 28 days apart. 34 healthy adults are taking part in the trials. Adults between the ages of 18 to 55 saw the highest level of antibodies, followed by those over 71, and finally those 56 to 70. Moderna is waiting for emergency FDA approval. The agency will meet December 17th on the application. The FDA meets next Thursday on Pfizer's emergency application. 9 months into the pandemic, issues at the Illinois Department of Employment Security continue. Long wait times are still keeping people from their money. Fraudulent claims are being sent to those still employed. Capitol reporter Cole Hankey talked with 2 people who have been dealing with this fraud for months. He's keeping you connected to the Capitol tonight.
IDES is still taking thousands of calls every week from the unemployed looking for their benefits. But as they send out those benefits, they are also sending out fraudulent claims to people who are still employed. And UIS Associate Professor Richard Funderburg says the problem is rampant.
1 in every 3 faculty in my department are victims. So this isn't just me. I'm the only one right now in my immediate circle that I know is a second-round victim.
But Funderburg also stands out from his colleagues. He didn't just receive a bogus claim once, He got hit twice.
They should have had a flag on my claimant ID saying that I was fraudulent, but they again determined me eligible.
House Republicans held yet another press conference today to demand the legislature be involved in fixing IDES. They say the fraudulent claims and long wait times for calls back are clear failures, but they have no idea how to fix it.
But I'm not going to assume that I know their problems without having a thorough hearing.
And the problem isn't just for employees. It's also a hassle for their employer. Kevin Epley is an HR director at Landmark Automotive in Springfield. He has had to deal with 7 different employees getting these fraudulent claims, one of them being himself.
Of course, I'm on both sides now. I'm not only a victim, but I'm also someone that has to deal with the circumstances.
That was Cole Hankey reporting. The national unemployment rate dropped from 6.9% to 6.7% from October to November. And in the past week, the state got nearly 75,000 new unemployment claims. Almost 300,000 people claimed unemployment benefits in the state. A former Illinois state senator has passed away due to coronavirus complications. The attorney for Senator Martin Sandoval told the Chicago Tribune the former politician passed away today. Sandoval was facing prison time after pleading guilty to political corruption. He was 56. Kids on Rockford's east side got an early visit from the busiest guy around this season.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Santa Claus hitched a ride on the Rockford fire truck to surprise local children and hand out Christmas gifts. It was part of this year's stroll on state. The state line tradition is hosting multiple socially distanced and virtual events throughout the community. Organizers say it's important to spread Christmas cheer, especially during the pandemic.
We're bringing Santa around to some neighborhoods, and we're looking to get some GPS tracking for the upcoming weeks so that everybody can track where Santa Claus will be.
If you miss Santa's fire truck neighborhood drive, no worries. He'll visit the south side next Saturday and the north and west sides on December 19th. Both visits run from noon to 2. Restaurants are among the businesses most severely impacted by the pandemic. Thousands of restaurants have permanently closed around the country. Our Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon reports that despite support from more than 250 bipartisan members of Congress, a piece of legislation to help restaurants does not include the latest COVID relief proposal. She's keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
Because of the pandemic, more than 1 in 6 restaurants nationwide shut their doors permanently, and more than 2 million employees lost their jobs, according to the Independent Restaurant Coalition.
It's almost like a mass extinction event.
Carolyn Stein is a Los Angeles-based restaurateur.
Without any sort of aid coming to us, you will see a much larger number of restaurants closed.
Stein is also co-founder of the Independent Restaurant Coalition, which does not support the $900 billion compromise COVID relief bill because it doesn't give direct help to restaurants. And it's likely many restaurants will remain shut down or severely restricted in their operations because of the spike in COVID cases and hospitalizations in the U.S.
And it's impossible really to eat and drink with your mask on. And so that's why restaurants and bars are particularly at higher risk.
Restaurant owners want the Restaurants Act included in the relief bill. It would provide $120 billion in grants for all types of restaurant business expenses.
We've spent $20,000 building fencing on our parking lot to create an outdoor dining experience.
But now even Democratic leaders are considering the compromise package, which does not include the Restaurants Act, but promise help next year.
That is a total game changer. A new president and a vaccine.
In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Now your first warned weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
Temperatures were back in the 40s to kick off the weekend today. Most of the area did stay in the lower 40s. Rockford was the highest with a high of 45 degrees, but things have really cooled off since sundown. Temperatures are now down near freezing, even below freezing. In fact, in most spots, 31 is the current temperature in DeKalb. Same goes for those of you down in Rochelle. Here in Rockford, sitting at 32 degrees and all the way down to 28 currently over in Freeport. Here's a live look over downtown Rockford. Using our Merciel SkyTrack, we're seeing some mostly cloudy skies at the moment to accompany these chilly temperatures. Now, the broken cloud cover did help bring a gorgeous sunset to the state line. However, now if you didn't happen to catch this evening's sunset, no worries, because we have a photo sent in to us from Bill and Sue out in Rochelle. Thanks so much for sending in this gorgeous photo of this evening's sunset. Most of the area is seeing mostly cloudy conditions for the time being, but we, like most of the country, remain dry. This is not the case, however, for those in the northeast, where the first nor'easter of the season is bringing heavy rain and snowfall to the far northeast. Now, this storm bombed, which is a term that we use to describe a storm whose central pressure dropped at least 24 millibars or hectopascals in pressure in as little as 24 hours. This particular storm achieved that feat in only 8 hours earlier today. Now, this isn't incredibly rare, but it does mean that this storm was rapidly intensifying through the day. Now, this storm structure is showing up beautifully if we look at some water vapor satellite imagery. Now, notice how winds are turning counterclockwise around this storm. You can see all the moisture indicated by the lighter colors here being pulled off the ocean and over land, and that's why this storm is such a big rain and snow producer. It's because it has pretty much all the moisture it could ever want to work with on the northern flank of this storm. Here are some snowfall totals from the area. Many areas could see well over a foot of snow once this storm has moved on. The storm still bring heavy snowfall to much of the area, and you can see some preliminary snowfall totals already north of 8 inches in several spots of Maine, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Now, back here in the state line, mostly cloudy skies will last through the day tomorrow, with a slight chance for a few flurries here and there throughout the day. The best chance appears to come later on in the evening. However, this is just a slight chance, not really expecting any accumulation out of these. And then we should wake up Monday morning with some mostly cloudy skies, but this cloud cover should clear up pretty nicely through the morning on Monday, leaving us with some partly cloudy skies by the time Monday afternoon rolls around. Now, tonight temperatures will drop into the mid to upper 20s. As I mentioned, mostly clear skies overhead, clearing out, or I should say sticking around through the day tomorrow. Temperature is going to be quite a bit cooler, only in the upper 30s. This is only going to be the second time this month that our temperatures have failed to escape the 30s, and as I mentioned, just a slight chance for a few very light flurries here and there. We are back in the 40s as early as Monday, though. We're going to spend the entire work week ahead in the 40s. In fact, could possibly even reach 50 for a day or two, particularly on Wednesday or Thursday. That looks to be the warmest in the week ahead. Then looking ahead to next weekend, we finally see a good structured storm coming on through, bringing us a decent chance for some rain, possibly a few snow flurries as well.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
Let's start off in Champaign. Illinois hopping out to a perfect start over Iowa. Brandon Peters loading up and connecting with his tight end Daniel Barker on a laser for the early score. Start of the second, Peters floating one up now. Here's Josh Imador-Bebe. He makes an unreal grab. Call on the field is out of bounds. They go to replay, and check this out. He gets a foot down. Talk about a highlight reel grab. Illini up 14-zip. But the 19th ranked Hawkeyes weren't going down without a fight. They storm all the way back and score 21, make that 28 unanswered points. They've now won 5 in a row after starting off 0-2. Iowa escapes the upset. They win 35-21. The Badgers and Hoosiers, a couple of top 20 teams going at it in Bloomington. Indiana gets out to the early lead on their first drive. Jack Tuttle finds Peyton Hendershot in the back corner of the end zone. 7-3 now, Indiana in the red zone. Tuttle off his back foot for Whop Fillier for the score. Wisconsin gets it to within 8 for their last drive. Under a minute, Badgers need a touchdown and 2-point to tie. Mertz lobbing one up, and it's knocked away at the absolute last second, so Indiana holds off Wisconsin. The Badgers have now dropped back-to-back games. Second-ranked Irish hosting Syracuse today. Notre Dame's controlling their destiny. All they have to do is win out. A little closer start than the Irish would have preferred. Start of the second, Syracuse QB Rex Culpepper connects with Anthony Quealy, who breaks free and scampers into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. But their lead didn't last very long. Ian Book looking, doesn't like what he has, felt the pressure, and just takes off. He makes his way to the goal line and bangs his way in for the score. Irish regain the lead. Let's head to the end of the third. Ian Book in the gun, throwing it up, and coming down with it is Javon McKinley. That was his third touchdown catch of the game. Irish improved to 10-0. Next up, ACC championship game. NIU's football team hasn't had a winless season since 1997. The Huskies, in this shortened pandemic season, are looking at the possibility again. They took the field today against Toledo with an 0-4 mark in their second-to-last game of the season. The Huskies actually played the Rockets tough in the first half. Check out freshman tailback Harrison Whaley. He goes 28 yards for a touchdown in the second quarter. The game was tied at 7. Ross Bowers threw 2 touchdown passes for the Huskies in the second quarter. Tyrese Ritchie grabs this one from 26 yards out. It was 24-24 at halftime, but the Huskies were outscored 17-0 in the second half. The defense allowed 610 yards of offense to the Rockets. Ronnie Blackman fires a touchdown pass to Carter Bradley in the fourth quarter. The Huskies lost to Toledo 41-24. They're 0-5 with 1 game left next Saturday at Eastern Michigan. This video from a few days ago that has been making national headlines out of Edinburgh, Texas. The high school football player that attacked a referee after being ejected from a game earlier this week was charged with Class A assault Friday morning and released on bond. The school removed the team from the playoffs. This sparked controversy and left members of the team and their families upset with the decision. They gathered in front of the district office to try and influence officials to overturn their ruling. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
Sport Interactive Radio, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. The state line remains dry for the time being, just seeing some mostly cloudy skies overhead, but we are seeing a little bit of snow up to our northwest that should avoid the state line through the night. Now looking ahead to tomorrow, it's going to be a bit cooler. We likely won't escape the 30s. It's going to be mostly cloudy, and we could see a few very light flurries here and there pretty much throughout any time of the day. Best chance looks to be in the latter part of the evening into the overnight hours. We are back in the 40s for Monday. In fact, 40s all through this upcoming work week, maybe even hitting 50s for a day or two. And looking ahead to next weekend, finally seeing a decent chance for rain, maybe some snow.
Thanks, Kevin, and thank you for watching. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.